Hello, Apple Valley High School students. Today we're going to look at drawings for lenses, and what I have here are two different types of lenses. I have a converging lens, that's the top two, and then the bottom two pictures down here are the diverging lenses. So in this worksheet, the first thing you have to do is actually draw in the center of the lens. And so I'm going to use my ruler to do that. And the reason that we do this is because we want the light rays to simplify things, refract right in the center of the lens where they really refract at both boundaries. So, but to make things easier to draw, we're going to pretend these lenses are really thin, and then all of the bending is going to take place right at the middle of the lens. So I'm going through each one of these and drawing a line at the very center. And just like we did with curved mirrors, we draw two light rays. The easiest ones to draw are the ones that go right through the middle of the lens and at the top of the object. So I'm going to start there and then draw it straight through and continue it through to the other side. And I put an arrow on it to show the direction that the light ray is passing. The second light ray, we actually have to measure the height of the image, or the object, and then measure that on the lens, but because I have a transparent ruler, I can pretty much eyeball it and get a pretty accurate drawing of that light ray. So that one's going to go straight across from the top of the object. It strikes the center of the lens, actually refracts at both boundaries, and then it refracts through the focal point. So I'm going to line up my ruler and with the center of the lens, and then it goes like that. And because we had to show the light changing directions two times, we're going to put two arrows on that. And I have to extend this first line I drew because it didn't quite go far enough to show the intersection point. And where they intersect is where the image is going to be located for the lens. And then I'm going to draw an inverted arrow because the light rays, they cross over after they refract, and that's going to be our image. And the image is real. It's inverted. And when the image, it almost looks like the image here is the same distance as the object is. Looks like it's pretty close. If it is, then it'll be about the same size. But because ours is further away than the object from the lens, our object is smaller than our image. So this is the object, and then this is the image, and the image is larger than the object. So the image is made by real light rays, and you notice even with mirrors, when it was made with real light rays, it was inverted. Same thing here. Okay, on to the next one. The next one, you'll see that the object is inside the focal point, and so what happens there is the light rays aren't going to intersect after they refract, so we're going to see a virtual image. So I'm going to take my arrow, and at the top of the object, the arrow, I'm going to line that up with the center of the lens again and draw a line straight through like that. And I'm actually going to dash this back because the image is going to be located back there somewhere. Put an arrow on it. And the next ray we're going to draw is going to go parallel to the principal axis. That's that horizontal line through the middle of the lens. And that light ray is going to refract through F, just like we did in the problem up here. Went through F. But you'll notice that when we draw it, those two light rays, they don't intersect out in front. So you have to actually trace the light ray back to find out where it intersects. So it intersects behind the lens. And so the image is upright, and it's larger, and it's virtual because it's made by fake light rays. Remember, the dashed lines mean that the light rays are fake. It's just something that our brain thinks is happening. So that's our image. And for this one, the image is virtual, it's upright, and it's larger than the object. All right, that's 2 down. The next 2 are both diverging lenses. And diverging lenses can only make virtual images. So no matter where the object is, it's always going to have the same type of an image. It's kind of like the convex mirrors. So the first light ray, again, I'm going to go through the center of the lens, and it's not going to refract. So it's going to go like that. The second light ray is going to go parallel to the principal axis again. So again, I have to draw my light ray straight across. And this time, we don't use this focus because that's for the converging lens. We have to use this one. That's for the diverging lens. So after the light ray passes through, it diverges away from the principal axis, so we have to show that. And you notice again, these light rays don't intersect over here, so we have to trace them back to where it looks like they intersect. So I'm going to dash this back, and so the image is actually formed on the object side of the lens. It's going to be right here. And so that image is virtual, it's upright, and it's smaller than the object. So we can write that down. Image is virtual, smaller, and upright compared to the object. So I guess if you look at the next one's going to be the same thing because it's still a diverging lens, and the image is going to be found in here. It's going to be upright just like this one is. It's just that our object's further back, so the image is going to be a little bit smaller. So again, I'll do the same thing. Light ray through the center of the lens. So I'm going to line this up. This is the center, not the 2 edges. And then the top of the object goes straight through, like that. An arrow to show the direction the light's going. The second light ray goes parallel to the principal axis, and I'm lining up the lines on my ruler with the principal axis line to make sure that I get a nice parallel line to that principal axis. And then we have to use this focus again because the light ray diverges because it's a diverging lens. And so I'm going to draw this up. And you notice this light ray and this light ray don't intersect, so I have to trace that back to where they look like they're coming from. All right. So I trace it back, and where that imaginary light ray intersects the real one, that's where the imaginary image is going to be. So my image is going to be here, and it's upright, so I have to draw the head of my arrow to show the orientation. And I label that the image. And the same stuff that we wrote up here fits with this. So the image is virtual, smaller, and upright compared to the object. And that's it. That's how you do drawings for the two types of lenses, diverging lenses and converging lenses. So hope you enjoyed that. Have a nice time. Bye.